Season leader in whip?
Season leader in whip, and you've actually seen the guy play.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I have. I've seen him play.
You may have even seen him play in person, I don't know.
Really? Is it Juan Guzman?
No.
He had one really, his 92 year was unbelievable.
Okay, no.
Is it Pedro?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
0.7373 in 2000.
When I was a kid, my dad actually took me up to watch the Expos play.
Right.
And they had a weird scheduling delay, and we wanted to go see Pedro pitch because he's Pedro Martinez. How often do you get to see a Hall of Fame pitcher in-person pitch when you don't live in the city where the team plays? So we drove up, and we thought he was going to pitch, but they scheduled a rain makeup game for that Monday, which we didn't know about. No internet back then. So we drove up for the Tuesday game when Pedro was supposed to pitch. He pitched Monday. We got to see Ugueth Urbina pitch.
I used to roll his sleeves up. Yeah.
He's also...
this guy, Tim Keefe, in 1880, had a hell of a year.
I gotta see these now.
Maddox
is there, though.
Yeah, he threw through a .8, Tim Keefe.
That's just not happening anymore.
All right, so who's your whip leader this year?
Whip leader this year, the same guy that I basically take every year. It's Cliff Lee. You want to always take someone who just has it down and walks. Adam Wainwright could be on that list. Kershaw could be on that list too. And Jose Fernandez. Shockingly, he just didn't walk a lot of batters last year, which is incredible.
For a young guy.
Exactly, yeah. It's incredible poise and incredible command for someone that young who throws as hard as he does. So he could definitely be in that mix.
Okay. All right, let's go to a category you have a chance of getting this one.
All right.
Saves, all-time save leader.
Eric Gagne.
No. Close, but no cigar. Actually, not that close.
Didn't Gagne have like 71 year?
No, he had 55 in 2003.
What's the total?
62.
62. Is it someone weird too, isn't it?
No, well, he may be weird.
Is it a big name closer? Or is it just someone who was on a lucky team one year?
He beat up his baby mama.
Oh, it was a K-Rod.
Yeah, K-Rod.
Okay, K-Rod.
K-Rod. 62 in 2008.
But I think that speaks a lot to, K-Rod, well, he's known as a great closer over the years. He really only had that one really great run when the Angels won the World Series.
He's apparently known by beating up his baby mama.
It just sparks that right away. But it's all about opportunities with save.
Bobby Thigpen, 1990, he had it 57, then where the hell did he go?
Yeah, he probably had 70 save opportunities. That's why someone like Kimbrel, you can spend the high money on him because you know he's going to be good, but the Braves just might not get a lot of save opportunities.
What do you think Smoltz had 55 in 2002, and he also had the great starting career? Is he automatic Hall of Fame?
I think he should be, where he was dominant in both roles, and the fact that he was able to conform and be a closer coming off major arm surgery. That's how he worked himself back up to be a starter, and then he left the bullpen to become a starter again. He was a good starter.
I didn't realize Gagne had 52 and 55.
Who he saved? I was at the game when he broke the record.
Mariano's high was 53.
But doesn't that seem strange? Just the Yankees have, in that period.
For a while, the Yankees were blowing people
Exactly.
out.
They didn't play a lot of close games.
But that's the one of the reasons why you don't necessarily have to have
an elite
closer on the best team to get a lot of saves.
You're better off. That's why Greg Holland is so valuable in Kansas
play close
City.
games.
Yeah, they're not beating teams 20-2. That's not happening.
Okay.
But it's hard. The one problem is it's hard to predict who those teams are going to be in the course of the year.
Relievers in general, there's only a handful of people who you can count on every single year for closer. That thing rotates. There was Mariano, there was Hoffman, there was Joe Nathan to some extent. There's a handful of every year they're in the top, but other than that, you never know from year to year.
Well, I saw you talked about it with Trevor Rosenthal. He could be 3 bad pitches away from losing his job. He really could be.
He had 8 save opportunities and he only saved 3. But somehow he's a top whatever closer.
It's because he plays on a team people expect to do well, so therefore you think that leads to a lot of opportunities. That's not necessarily the case. I love the strikeout rate. That's great. But when you power rank these closers in terms of job security, there's probably only 5 that can realistically blow 3 games in a row and keep their job.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to. Who's your saves prediction?
If Tommy Hunter can keep the job, although I think Grant Belfour leads the league in saves, but as someone who, if Tommy Hunter wins that job, or he has won the job, but if he can keep the job in Baltimore, Jim Johnson's not a good closer. Back-to-back 50 save seasons. Baltimore plays close games.
Yeah.
They're a team that doesn't blow a lot of teams out, and they have a very poor pitching staff to begin with. So even if they do score a lot of runs, the other team tends to catch up.
Right. Okay. All right. What do you suppose the total is going to be about? 50?
50. I'd take the under on 50. I'd say 48.
Okay. Let's move on to wins.
Wins. Perfect.
Single season leader for wins. Give me a guess.
Babe Ruth. 46 or something.
No.
Cy Young.
Your number is way too low, by the way.
Oh, really? Is it like 71 wins in the season?
No, not that.
50?
Over 50.
Over 50? Is it Cy Young?
No.
He has, what, 500 and something wins, so...
Yeah.
Who is it?
It is Old Haas Radburn.
Oh, really?
59 wins in 1884. Apparently nobody was hitting the ball in the 80s.
Apparently not, but Old Haas Radborn, quite the follow on Twitter. Twitter sensation. He's fantastic.
Al Spalding. He doesn't have to do with that. All right, let me see.
I'm trying to think of guys. I mean, the most recent example.
This guy, Matt Kilroy, won 46 one year.
Is Matt Kilroy? I've never heard of Matt Kilroy. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He should be.
He really should be.
Let me see. I'm trying to look at the most in the modern era. I'm thinking it's got to be maybe Steve Carlton that one year when he
27, was it?
He won, yeah, and the team only won 60 or something.
I mean, most recently, Verlander won 24 3 years ago. That's the most I can remember in a very long time.
Oh, wait, the guy from the Tigers who went to jail, 68 or so. Who's
bit before my time. Not gonna lie to you.
It was what the heck was his name? He won 31 games.
This is thrilling stuff here. You should really
Matt Kilroy had it in 86, 1886, 29, 1889, 29 again.
How many teams were in baseball in 1886? We just strike out like people
was just playing his kid.
Yeah, it's just him pitching.
I always
every
get a kick out. They say the Cincinnati Reds were the same, were the first
baseball team,
and
that's why they get the opening.
Well, they used to. Now they start,
but they still get the opening home.
Yeah, but how could they be first? They had to play somebody. There had to be two first teams.
That team's not around anymore.
Did they just barnstorm?
I don't know.
There had to be two first teams. You can't.
Look, don't ask me. This is over 100 years before I was born.
Roberts 28. Grover, Mark, Steve Carlton 27.
27. Look at Cy Young. Cy Young.
Who the heck was that guy that?
Who's Pud Galvin? Look at those years.
28, couple years in a row.
That's a name, Pud Galvin.
All right, who's gonna? Well, I looked at some. Who's gonna win this year?
Impossible to know.
Who's gonna lead the league and win?
I'm not making a prediction based on nothing.
You gotta. Morency needs something to bet off of.
Look, I talked about this with Morency on his show that wins are just so unpredictable. Wins are a team stat. They're not an individual stat because circumstance plays such a role in it. If you have a good bullpen, that helps you out. But it's hard to determine who has a good bullpen year to year. That can flip on a dime. So I guess you would take the best team. Who's the best team in baseball? People want to say it's the Dodgers. I disagree. It's probably the Nationals. The Nationals probably have the ability.
I happen to like the Nationals.
The Nationals probably have the ability. They may not be the best team.
Especially since the Braves pitching went to
the weak division, the National League, not a ton of hitting in the National League, at least compared to the American League. So I would say Gio Gonzalez, Jordan Zimmerman. I don't necessarily think Strasburg makes it through the whole year. So Gio or Zimmerman would be my pick for most of